Therefore, just as sin entered the world through one man, and death through sin, and in this way death came to all people because all sinned. Greeting, guys. It is me here with a message of the kingdom of heaven. Guys, here I want us to speak about something very, very, very important. I'm not speaking about the fact that we are sinners, guys. I mean, I've already spoken so much about that. In fact, this show is actually about it, and I'm pretty sure you're also tired of hearing about it. But guys, I'm not going to stop speaking about it, because you see, guys, with our brains, the more we hear something, the stronger it gets to our brains, because our brains are like ink. When you hear something often, over and over and over, your knowledge of it becomes stronger, and you are able to live out of it. You understand? It's like doing ab exercises. You wake up in the morning every day and you do those abs exercises, and then you start seeing 1 pack, 2 pack, 6 pack. You understand? In fact, I've got 2 pack. I exercise, guys, every day, Monday to Friday, and I've got 2 pack. I don't think I'll ever get to 3 pack. Hell, never. That ain't happening. But that's what happens, guys, with our brains. We tend to become stronger with things that we hear often. So I'm not going to stop speaking about the fact that we are sinners, but here what I want to speak about is the fact that, guys, we shouldn't be offended by how we are. We shouldn't be offended by what we are. Like, if the word, guys, say things, take for instance, guys, Jesus' teachings. Oh, guys, I've never heard a man speak like that. Oh, guys, I've never heard a man speak like that. There is a song by Ray Charles, it says, I've never heard a man speak like that. He's actually referring to Jesus, because, guys, the way Jesus spoke, you sit and you're like, I've never heard a man speak like that. So when he speaks, most of the time he's offensive. He had many disciples who deserted him, apart from the ones who he had recruited himself, but there were those who followed him. Then after hearing his message, they said, this is harsh, this is hard, so they were offended, so they left him. You understand? Because they were offended by his message. Guys, never allow Jesus' message to offend you. He means well. He wants you to know the wrongness in us, in you, in me, you understand, and correct it, because at the end of the day, he wants you to make it to the kingdom of heaven. You understand? So never be offended, guys. Never even be offended by my messages. You understand? I'm harsh. Well, it's nature. But guys, I'm not that harsh. Hello. But don't be offended. So we tend to be offended. We take criticism in a very wrong way, because we don't understand the purpose of criticism. Guys, the purpose of criticism is not to make me feel bad. Will I feel bad? Obviously, hello. But it's not meant to make me feel bad. It's meant to help me correct that which is wrong. Now, here, what I'm speaking about is our nature. Guys, guys, we've got a dead nature. And I've already spoken about it a lot, because of Adam. That's why this one, in fact, this one was spoken by my Paul, my stubborn one, taken from Romans 5, verse 12. It says, therefore, just as sin entered the world through one man, and death through sin, and in this way death came to all people, because all sinned. You understand? So, guys, a lot of things happened in Genesis 3 when Adam died spiritually, in such a way that there are things when you sit here on earth and you just cannot fathom, and you just cannot explain why. It's because of what happened in Genesis 3, guys. A lot of things happened, So when people criticize us, when people tell us, you are like this, you are like this, you are wrong like this, we become offended, because to us it's like, you are offending me, not realizing, guys, that I found myself here on earth. I found myself in this body. Guys, I am a spirit in this body. I found myself in this body. You understand? I did not make myself like this, did I? I didn't. Guys, take for example these people here on earth who have always been treated so bad by other bad people, like gays and lesbians. I once made a podcast about gayism and lesbianism, the fact that people are treating them as if they are satans, and people are not understanding that lesbian and gayism, these people were born like that. You understand? Yes, sometimes it can be influenced. Like, take for people, for instance, people who have been in jail for a very long time, that they start becoming gays and lesbians because of companionship. You understand? And they're trying, So that one is because of influence, because before they were not. But a gay guy is born like that. You can't cast it out as if like there's a spirit, and then once it's casted out you'll stop being gay. That has never happened. It will never happen. You understand? What happened in Genesis 3, guys, is too much. In fact, I speak about this a lot because you see, I had a cousin. Oh, guys, I love my cousin. I loved my cousin so much. He passed away about a decade ago. Me and him were like two peas in a pod. We were very, very close. In fact, I loved him more than everyone here at home because of his heart. Guys with gays, I don't know why they're like, all of them, they've got good hearts. All of them, guys, they've got good hearts. Nice people. So my cousin was like that, me and him were very, very, very close, but I am, or should I say, I was 8 years older than him. And when I was 10, I realized, he was 2, I realized that this one is gay because of his actions. You understand? Everyone in the family realized, well, something ain't normal there, and with families, when they see things like that, they brush those things off as if like they are not there. And then when these children are old, they lie through their teeth. I didn't know he was gay. If you raised him, whether this person is your child or not, if you raised him, if this person grew up in front of you, you knew, you understand? And their actions will tell you, oh, this one is like that. Why? Because, guys, when we are young, we behave in a way that we are, because we are empty-minded, so we don't know what is right or what is wrong. So we behave the way we are because we don't know. So our parents will admonish us, will reprimand us, will shout at us, will punish us, and are they wrong? No, they are not wrong. But a parent's job is to make sure that they study me. Guys, we've got serial killers, and you find that their parent saw this in them when they were young, and the parents brushed those things off as if, oh, well, it's going to change. It's not going to change. Guys, you can't change a nature. While you can change influence, you can't change nature. That's why if you realize that there's something, in my behavior that you don't understand, if it was something that came from influence, if you remove me from such influence, I will change. But if it's nature, I'm not going to change. Why? Because I will always gravitate towards what I am, because what I am is actually home for me. That's why if you remove me from bad friends and you take me to a different province or a different state, I will get the same friends if it was nature, because I'm gravitated towards people who are like me. But if it was influence, then I won't go back to that way. You understand? The way I was. Why? Because it was influence. You understand? So sometimes you find that parents, they have this opportunity of studying this child. Study a child. In fact, my prostitute wise dude Solomon here, he says that a child's behavior, a child's conduct is known when he is young. Why? Because when he's young, he's empty-minded. He can't control. He doesn't know right from wrong. He's only behaving because of how he is, because you understand. And we parents, we tend to brush those things off when we don't like those things instead of studying them. Do we have to reprimand? Do we have to admonish? Do we have to punish? Do we have to correct? Yes. Do we have to spank? Yes. Do you have to? You understand? Yes, you have to do those things. Guys, you understand? You shouted that, but you are able to detect this is coming from influence, or this one is coming from nature. You understand? And this child did not create themselves. This child did not make themselves like this. They found themselves here. Guys, I found myself like this. Maybe I am gay. Maybe I am lesbian. Maybe I'm a lover of money. Maybe I'm a lover of the things of the world. Maybe I'm busy having sex outside marriage, disobeying that man upstairs. You understand? I did not make myself like that. So I'm not offended by what I am. But I need to do something about it. You know, sometimes people will tell you that people can change. Guys, people can't change. While you can change influence, you can't change nature. You study that child. If you don't have a parent who's clever enough to study you when you are of age, study yourself. Don't be offended. You understand? Study yourself, because you did not make yourself like this. You found yourself in this. Guys, a child is a seed. That seed is growing until it becomes of age. And that action is also growing in a child. But when you are of age, you know what right from wrong. So you are able to correct that wrongness in you. And you are able to pretend as if you're not like that. That's why children never pretend. Why? Because they are empty-minded. They don't know what's right or wrong. They are just behaving from what they are. So as a parent, you will know this is who they are. You understand? I remember, guys, when my cousin passed on, you know, and in his funeral, one of the elders in the family, you know, she stood up and she was telling people that we didn't know that he was gay, lying through her teeth. You understand? If I knew he was gay when I was 10 and he was 2, this elder is 2 times my age. Obviously, she knew he was gay. Maybe she brushed it off thinking that it will change, but it's never changed. There came a time where my cousin just called a meeting at home and said, "You know what, I'm tired of pretending I'm gay." And I wasn't shocked. You know, no one was shocked. If she acted shocked, it's because she was acting. No one was shocked. But because, guys, we saw that when he was young, when he didn't know right from wrong, he acted in a way that we like, well, this is gay. You understand? Guys, am I saying that gayism and lesbianism is right by God? No. He said homosexuality will not enter his kingdom. Just like he said lovers of money won't enter his kingdom. Lovers of the things of the world won't enter his kingdom. Those who are busy with sexual immorality won't enter his kingdom. In other words, the man who said that homosexuality won't enter his kingdom is the same way who said lovers of money, lovers of things of the world, and sexual immorality won't enter his kingdom. You understand? So it's just not fair that here on earth, gays and lesbians are treated so bad as if they are the only ones who are going to hell, when you are also going to hell, because you can't control loving of money. You can't control loving the things of the world. You can't control having sex outside marriage. So you're going to the same hell as this person is. But when a gay gets saved, they also become spiritually alive, like you, like me. But the flesh still remains the same. Why? Because what Jesus did helps the spirit. But we have to take his teachings and control the flesh. You understand? So Jesus' part, you know, is about dealing with the inner part, which is the spirit, which is the most important one, the inside part. But after that, we get his teachings and then we deal with the outside part. I don't know, guys, if we understand this. I'm going to repeat this again. Jesus brought the blood because he was dealing with the spirit part, the inside part, because he wanted us to deal with the inside, the most important one. He wanted to deal, in fact, he dealt with the part that no one else would have dealt with. So after that, we take his teachings and then we deal with the outside, which is the flesh. So if you are gay, you become spiritually alive. If you are a lesbian, you become spiritual. If you are a lover of money or the things of the world and sex outside marriage, you become spiritually alive. But after that, you have to take Jesus' teachings and you deal with your flesh. Jesus can't deal with your flesh. That's your job. He deals with the spirit. You understand? So guys, we speaking here about the fact that we shouldn't be offended. Guys, let me stop here and continue.